Hello, everybody. Welcome to this evening's Parents and Carers Forum. You know how these work by now. We're going to go through, I'll go through what we're going to cover this evening. So, preparing for Key Stage 4 and our expectations around that. The key dates for your diaries for the rest of this academic year. Mr. Byrne will go through some of how the students did as a year group after the last progress check. Mr. Enabelli will talk about the upcoming PGL trip, and then we'll have any questions and answers at the end of the session. So, starting preparing for Key Stage 4. So obviously, we're now at a situation where the students have chosen what they wanted to do, and we're starting to give them a bit more independence as learners, which they'll need from the beginning of year 9 as they start their GCSEs. And this actually started with their control over the options process. The fact that you had to go through their email meant they were part of that discussion. And some students changed their minds and etc. And you will know, all of you will know, whether your child has got the exact options that they wanted on June the 23rd. And as Miss Bryant said at the various forums, most students get everything that they want, and a few have one option that they might not get. But you'll know all of that on June the 23rd. And secondly, they're going to have this chance with the PGL trip to really, those who are going, which is about half the year group, actually, it's very good, to do all sorts of activities, develop their teamwork skills, etc. And also what I didn't bullet point here, we've now actually stopped the lineup because year 11s are lining up to go into their GCSEs. They've now started. So year 8 will no longer be going to line up, and they'll have to manage their way around the building with all the other students getting on time, ready to learn. So that's really what we're doing in the school with the students. In terms of what we want from you and the expectations that we have, that we are similar to what we've had throughout, and we have right up till year 11. Help your child to be organised. They really need to have the correct equipment. And again, from year 9 onwards, they need that now anyway, the pens, the rubbers, the pencils, etc. They need that now, but in year 9, they'll start to get more specialist equipment, particular calculators, etc. They really need to have all their correct equipment, and they need to have the correct uniform, including school shoes. There have been a number of students coming in the incorrect school shoes. Obviously, there will be times, medical reasons, or the child's shoes are ripped on a Tuesday and there's nothing you can do till the weekend. If medical, we want to have some kind of doctor's note. But if it's just for a few days, then we have to have a note from you. Just because, again, it's something that some students are trying to do, and it just makes a real difference to the atmosphere if everybody's following the school rules. And we want you to reinforce the need for them to attend all lessons and get to them on time. This again becomes increasingly important in year 9 when they're starting their options, because at the start of every lesson, I'm a history teacher, I start the lesson with a recap activity. There's always something students need to do. And if they are late, they're missing their learning and they're disrupting the learning of others. So again, emphasize year 8 is very good, going to all the lessons, etc. But talk to your child about the importance of being on time to their lessons and obviously on time to school. That's what you guys have to do. The key dates, remember, by the way, this PowerPoint will be sent out to all families, those who are here and who aren't here. So don't worry about remembering the key dates. We've got our community evening. You'll remember this maybe from year 7, where our different communities come together to celebrate our diversity, and there's lots of lovely things that happen. You're more than welcome to get involved in that. There's the options letter that I told you about. That's on June the 23rd. We have our end of year trip on July the 16th, Wednesday. Sports day on the July the 17th, and the summer holiday starts on Friday the 18th of July. So those are the key dates Now, there will be another progress check for the end of the summer, and I should have put that in there, but that's on the school website, and that will be the last one of the year. And some subjects may choose to do a kind of end of year assessment. In history, we do assessments every half term, but that may be coming up, but different departments will let your child know about that. So that's the key dates. As there will be a Q&A. Is there any Q&A now for me? Because I'm going to be handing over to other people. Does anyone want to know anything about what I've said? I know I've kind of sped through it, but it's not that complicated, and you're familiar with the school now. Anyone got any questions? Okay, yes, go ahead. Man Quoon, if I haven't said that wrong. Ask your question. Oh, you need to unmute.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks. Quick one on the options confirmation letter. Will that come to the pupil's email, or will it be how will it arrive?
I don't know the answer to that. Mr. Enabelli, do you know the answer to that?
I will particularly pay attention to the parents and the child together.
Email.
Yeah.
Right.
So parents can watch. Parents, please watch out for your email, and also the child should watch out for email. This is the idea we're saying, isn't it? So that growing up, that becoming independent, that beginning to see that I'm no more in key stage 3, I'm moving on to key stage 4, where I should be expected to also follow up with certain things. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next person.
Yes, next person, Ms. Boo Charkin. You need to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm really sorry, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Boo Charkin, if you want to speak, you've got your hand raised. You need to unmute yourself. Okay.
Maybe
don't know what's going on with that. Okay, so I'll move on now. So Mr. Byrne is going to talk about the academic achievements of Year 8, which have been very good this year.
Yeah, good evening.
Over to you, Mr. Byrne.
Thank you. So just looking at some of the headline figures, I got all the data yesterday from the whole year group, and it looked really good. There was very few reds overall, and if you haven't got the it posted home yet, it will be on its way. So some of the headline stuff there, 62% of the students didn't get any reds at all on their report, which is brilliant. And then there was a further 57 students which only got 1 red, which made it up to 85%, which is like some of the best results we've ever seen. So therefore, there's so many of the Year 8s which are either advanced, secure, or developing, which is so good at this time through their academic career. 11 students improved their scores dramatically by over 80%, so moving 5 reds in progress check 1 down to only 1, and there was like even more students which had like went down to 0 from having 5. So such a brilliant news. And then obviously there's another 50 students which got over more than 50% improvement. There were some subjects which had very few reds at all, and I believe art and PE didn't have any reds, but very few would be computing, drama, English and maths, and music didn't hardly give any reds out at all. So that's super news. On the negative side, there was 30 students which went up from and had more reds. So please look at your child's report as soon as you get it. Go through it. talk to them about those subjects which have flagged as red, because that's when we need you to talk to your child about how to help them improve. We've got different catch-up stuff here at school. So we've got the after-school club in the library for any homeworks which need to be improved on, or any extra support with different subjects. Therefore, also doing revision questions, making sure they read back through any texts which they've already studied, making sure they're all prepared for exams, because that's how generally different subjects will be assessing on a, like Miss Gluckstein said, on a termly basis in history. Making sure that every student is trying their best, putting 100% effort in, practicing stuff the whole time, and obviously making sure that they are in every lesson and being on school every day. We do get it that there is going to be some subjects which some students just don't get. I personally, I have struggled with English, so let alone trying to do a language. So I do get it that some students perhaps won't hit their target grade in some subjects if they really struggle in that subject. But it's really good news that the majority of the students across the whole of Year 8 have done so well this year. So congratulations to everybody. Do you want to move to the next slide? Thanks, Miss.
Can I, if I just take that question, is it possible to publish the timetable beforehand? I don't think you need timetable to begin to navigate your way. Once you get the subject you're studying, you could begin to look at materials. You don't need the timetable to look at that. Once you are sure that your options are certain by June the 23rd, then you could begin to read further and begin to prepare yourself for Year 9. That is fine. The timetable is just to schedule when you have the lessons in school, but the lessons confirmed. All you need to do is begin to just read a little bit further on what you should expect in Year 9.
Also, sir, on our school website, there's each subject's got like key things on there, so you can always look there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Edibelli, all I've put on this is that. So over to you.
Yeah, that is fine. Hi. Obviously, what we're talking about is that same being independent, being resilient, growing up, getting ready for Key Stage 4. And you notice that we put on this trip every single year to prepare Year 8, to get them to be independent, to just go away from parents for a couple of days and see how it is. So first of all, I just need to remind students that it is a school trip. It is not a family holiday. And school trips obviously come with the same school expectations. So we do have our expectation. The school rules and regulations applies on every trip we go. I do need to say well done to Year 8. This has been the highest number of students we've taken out. Fully registered 120 students are coming on the trip. Boys this time will be 58 of them. Girls will be 62. Your children have chosen their rooming. The rooms, that's their dorm. The rooms are 4 in a room or 6 in a room. So what is left for us to do? We put the activity groups together. Activity group is normally 12 per group. So there will be 10 groups, and you will have individual teachers leading each group. Obviously, over there, they will have their activity leaders, their group leaders, but we have each teacher leading each of these groups. In terms of what we expect from parents, is we got to make sure that if your child takes medication, could you make sure that the medication is packed and well labeled, and even written how often your child should be taking the medicine. It would be good to ensure, we did write £10, but sometimes parents ignore our instruction. We did say money to be taken should not be more than £10. Except if your child has all these, the digital, the cards. I can understand that, but in terms of cash, should be limited to £10. We also feel that on the day you come to school as normal, but you will not be with school uniform, you wear comfortable clothes. I'm hoping that all parents would have gotten my letter, the final letter for parents, with comfortable clothes and your bag or whatever you're carrying along. In terms of how do we eat, we expect on that day to have packed lunch, please, because our next meal will be dinner time. So please make sure you have packed lunch. Obviously, if your child is on free school meal, we will provide them packed lunch for them in school. Yeah, I think that is really what I have to say. People have been asking, students have been asking regarding phone, regarding bringing mobile phone. We do permit mobile phone. However, we do take away the mobile phone. The mobile phone will be kept by the staff member who is leading your activity group. And then we give you about 30 minutes to use it after all activities have been done, and you've got to return it. Remember, again, it is the expectation. And if staff are actually putting effort to take you out on activity days, I expect you to respect the staff members. So this is not a family holiday. I'll keep on repeating that for you to understand the difference. And we do not expect anybody's photo on the trip on any social media. We will take the same sanction that we take in school regarding social media. Is exactly the same we take when we go on trip. So you cannot use your phone for social media at all. It is just for get in touch with your family, and that will be it. It will be taken away. Can I also stress that it is most likely that there will be no reception in the area we're going. So it becomes not necessary unless on the coach. And so we do say, because of the coach trip, you can keep your mobile phone, but quite often you will not be able to use it in the center. Apart from that, I'm ready to take any question, and that is all about the trip, really.
Yeah. Any questions? There is some in the chat, but we'll do that. We'll answer those.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll
at
do
the
that
end
soon.
Q&A.
Yeah.
So any questions about the trip? I know Boo has still got their hand up, but
yeah. I think there's no question. So if we go to the ones on the chat, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Let's go to that one after the other. So if we scroll up a bit.
Okay. So the question about Philip Winstone's question about the times about children who would benefit from having navigation. I think there will be individual children who would benefit from that, but just to say, and we can arrange that obviously with tutors and through the inclusion department, just to say that rooming and staffing sometimes changes over the summer period. The option won't change. If they've got into media or drama or whatever it is, that won't change, but the teacher in the room might slightly change, so we can only do so much before September. But obviously, if a student needs to have that extra time, even if it's at the beginning of September when other students aren't there, I'm sure we can arrange that for students. I hope that answers that. The next question, I don't know the answer to, about film studies.
I think I would say film studies, I would say let's wait and see. It's possible that there may not be the teacher. That's why it's not happening. We don't know yet until it comes out. I'm sure there will be other options for your daughter to take.
Oh, Christ.
Okay. And the question about the second choices. There will be very few students, and it will only be one of their choices that is second choices, but we cannot guarantee them changing back into the original, because it would need another student to actually leave, because the classes will be full. The only reason someone wouldn't get their first choice is because a class is full. So we can't guarantee that at all. Obviously, if someone left after the first week or something, but that doesn't really happen. So I'm really sorry about that. But it's very unlikely that your child doesn't get all of the options that they want. Rahel, you've got your hand up. Can you unmute yourself? Rahel,
go on.
unmute yourself. Yeah, sorry guys, I
think Rahel, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's about the trip. Is it the weekend trip?
Oh. Yeah, I'm talking about the weekend trip. Sorry, the PGL trip. That's what we're talking about. The PGL trip is the weekend trip, which is on the 23rd of Friday, the 23rd. So you come into school on Friday. Are you on the trip? I don't know. But you come in on the 23rd, Friday the 23rd, the last day of this half term. You come into school at 8:30 as usual, but you will bring your cases for traveling and whatever you've packed and be ready to go. Hopefully the coach should be here at about 10, between 10 and 11. We should be departing school. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other question? No. That's brilliant. And it's a very good turnout. Well done to parents. I'm impressed. Can I just say before we go, I just need to remind students and parents that this is summer term, obviously, but we still need to wear the full school uniform. Your head of year said so. School does not end until July the 18th, and therefore we still need to keep to that school uniform. That's what I want you to understand. So it's not good enough to say, oh, but the school is coming to end of term. No. Or end of year. No. End of year is not ending until July the 18th. So please keep to those uniforms, keep to your shoes, and get your equipment. It's important we keep to this, please. Year 8, you've been doing so well. Year 8 has been doing greatly, and I am impressed. And I just hope we could keep it up as the summer term comes in. Please make sure that no year 8, your child does not have a metal water bottle. Okay, that should not be forgotten. It's not part of our school equipment. So please, no metal water bottle in school as we go into the summer properly. Yep.
Okay, any other last minute questions?
This is good.
Man.
Oh, man can
raise your hand. Go ahead. Unmute
Hi.
yourself.
Sorry, it's me again. I guess I'm a little concerned about the uncertainty over the film studies, given that sort of the availability of that was one of the reasons we chose the school. So I just wondered, I understand things happen, but when are we likely to get an update on that?
Have you emailed Ms. Bryant?
Sorry?
Have you emailed Ms. Bryant? You could email Ms. Bryant. Lucy Bryant.
Miss Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay. She would have news. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is the first I've heard about it. So.
Yeah, well, this is even myself. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Yeah. But like as I said, it could be possible due to the staffing. I don't know. But should we have more info regarding that?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, thank you so much for your support in what we're doing, and I'm sure your child will have a nice half term, and we will see you again in the next academic year. Thanks very much, and obviously you know your heads of year, you know your tutors, get in touch if you need to.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.